Instructions, as I mentioned earlier on, to New South Wales properties here today, you will need to be in our registration or obtain a bidder's number. When you bid, please show the number. We do need to record that. Welcome to the Port of Echuca, or the Mercure Port of Echuca. This is our final in-house auction for the year. Our next in-house auction is in February 2014. We're pleased to announce that during every second month we do one of these, and we've had a terrific run this year. We've had a 92% success rate during the year, which is we're really pleased about. It probably does indicate to you, ladies and gentlemen, with that sort of sales rate, that vendors do bring these properties to this venue to be sold. In all instances here today, we've got very specific instructions. We may not be necessarily referring any bids out here today. We have some very, very specific instructions from our vendor clients. I'd just like to introduce our sales team, my co-director Troy O'Brien, Travis Hoare, Martin Harrison, Linda McGrath, who's been coordinating the sale, Wayne Norwood at the back. We have Tess McPhee, Deb Ann Gove, and I always forget somebody.
Sharon Henson.
Sharon Henson at the back, and thank you. So that's our selling team here today, and as we said to you, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final one for the year. I'm going to hand over to Troy in a moment just to read through our Victorian and New South Wales conditions of sale. I just wanted to touch on the order of sale here today. The order of sale will be 6 Marlin Street, Moama. That is a mortgagee sale for on behalf of the ANZ Bank, a foreclosure sale. Just clearly, I want to indicate some of the GST implications here. It's pretty simple. Firstly, 6 Marlin Street, Moama. The knockdown price, you will add the words plus GST to the price. It is a plus GST sale. Again, if you're registered, I don't want to get too complicated, you will claim the GST back. The second property that we're offering, 117 Murray Valley Highway, Echuca, is exempt from GST, providing you keep or retain it as a farming property. I say that again, it's exempt from GST. And the third, or as we've advertised, the Jewel and the Crown, Lot 2 Perracuda Road, Moama, again is plus GST. So I'm just going to call on Troy to read the conditions of sale. We don't envisage being here a long time, ladies and gentlemen, but I say again, if you're here to buy something, please put your hand up. Very clearly, our vendors will be selling all these properties outright here today. Thanks, Troy.
Thanks, Gary. As we mentioned, 2 New South Wales properties we're selling here today, so I'll read New South Wales auction conditions under which we sell. The principal has a reserve price and must be given in writing to the auctioneer before the auction commences. A bid for the seller cannot be made unless the auctioneer has, before the commencement of the auction, clearly announced and precisely the number of bids that were made for and behalf of the seller. The highest bidder shall be the purchaser, subject to a reserve price. The auctioneer may refuse to accept the bid that in the auctioneer's opinion is not in the best interest of the seller. A bidder is taken as principal unless before bidding he has given the auctioneer a copy of an authority to bid for another person. A bid cannot be made or accepted after the fall of the hammer. As soon as practically possible after the fall of the hammer, the purchaser is to sign the contract of sale. All bidders must be registered in our bidding book and must display their identifying number when bidding. One bid only can be made for and behalf of the seller, and this includes a bid made by the auctioneer. And finally, when making a bid on behalf of the seller or accepting a bid on behalf of the seller, the auctioneer must clearly state that it was a vendor bid or a bid for and behalf of the seller. So that's our New South Wales auction conditions. I said 1 Victorian property we offer here today, and their auction conditions are as follows. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and conditions that are made available before the start of the auction. The vendor does have a reserve price, and as the auctioneer, I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits for false bids and major interruptions by bidders, and there is fines for such conduct. The rules do permit vendor bids, and the words I will use or the auctioneer will use when making a vendor bid is indeed vendor bid. And by law, only the auctioneer can make a vendor bid. So straightforward auction conditions here today. A couple of outstanding properties we offer for your competition. If you have come here to bid and buy, I wish you all the very best of luck.
Thanks, Troy, and we'll move on with the first auction here today. Ladies and gentlemen, we sell for on behalf of the ANZ Bank here as a mortgagee sale. I am just required to read to you the particulars of sale page for the contract of sale. Troy has read the auction conditions under which we sell. The vendor's agent is Charles L. King & Co, First National of 172 Hare Street, Echuca. The vendor today is ANZ and New Zealand Banking Group Limited of Pitt Street, Sydney, exercising power of sale under mortgage number AG7443. The vendor's solicitor is Gaydon's Lawyers of 77 Pitt Street, Sydney, and we sell land and improvements as 6 Marlin Street, Moama. No improvements on the property other than the fixed structure. I say again, the knockdown price plus GST. Advertised terms are 10% deposit and the balance within 60 days when you'll be entitled to vacant possession. Ladies and gentlemen, a big piece of industrial land sitting on 1.04 hectares with the frame, a steel frame, 2,400 square metres. Now, being a mortgagee auction, ladies and gentlemen, we won't be referring the bid here today. We're going to sell this straight through. I think it's an enormous opportunity. It's partially constructed steel factory and office block. We've had the endorsed plans available to anyone that wanted to view them, but it possibly is an opportunity to finish this complex or maybe dismantle it, maybe subdivide the block up again, whatever you want to do. But one thing's for sure, ladies and gentlemen, we were just trying to add up its replacement value, and I think our records reflect the land was sold, I think 4 years ago, for around $181,000. There's been an enormous amount of steel go in, a big cost in getting the endorsed plans done, computised, engineered, but look, it's here right for sale, right from the word go. We're going to start the bidding on this particular property here at $180,000. We think its replacement value is probably closer to $450,000, maybe $500,000, but it's going to be sold, and we would think 2 or 3 bids on this particular property will knock it straight down. So won't be referring the bid, we make it very clear to you. Please don't sit back and hesitate in your bidding here today, ladies and gentlemen. As I said before, we won't be referring the bid, we'll be selling straight through. That's the opening bid, the opening offer of $180,000, and I'll take 10s in the bidding. Here to be sold, here to be purchased. I bid 180, I bid 180, 90, I bid 190 right to me. At 190 got down to bid 190, 90, 90. At $190,000, that's cheap. Round it up to 200 if you like. At 190, Christmas is coming.
Yes.
200 on the call. I bid 2 got now. I bid 2 at 2 at 2. At $200,000, that's everybody's money. At $200,000, going to call it 3 times. Now there's 2 in that. $200,000. Next bid's 210. At $200,000. At 210. At 210 now. At 210, you've probably bought the block, and it's cheap at that. Now the bid's at the back of the room at 210. Is that a bid, Marty? I bid 210. I bid 210, look out. I bid 210, good client of our office. Going to call it 3 times at 210 now. 20 if you like.
Yes.
At 20, property's going to be sold. Won't be referring the bid. I'll drop the bid back to a little 5 to help anybody in. At 220, bids at the front, out at the back. Going to call it 3 times and sell it. At 220 once. Now I'm not going to hang and wait. At 2, I bid 222 now. I bid 222. At 222, sir. Same to you if you like. Round of drinks. At 222. At $222,000. At 222. Bids at the back. Going to call it 3 times.
Yes.
I'll take it, sir. 1, 223. Same to you, sir. At 223. Next bid's 224. At 223. Bids in front. Once. 4. I bid 224. I bid 224 now. Can you judge it? To 224. At 224, next bid's what? 5. Saw it. At 225. At 225 now. At 225 quickly. 6. I bid 226. I bid 226 now. It's Christmas. I bid 226 or nearly. I bid 226 once. 226 twice. You're going to miss it?
Yep.
227, new bidder. Welcome to the bidding, sir. I bid 227. I bid 227, look at me.
Where's your bid, Gary?
In the middle of the room,
Yes.
new bidder. 8, 228, another new bidder. It's cheap. I think the penny's dropped.
Yes.
9, I bid 229 now. I bid 229, my 2 men are out. 30, I bid 230 now. 230, at $230,000, 1, 231, 231. Back with me, I think, at 231. At 231, going to call it once. 2, 232. I bid 232. All done. All silent. The bid's at the back of the room. No, the bid's right at the back. You're out there. You're out there. And you're out there.
Having one.
Having one. 2, 3, 4. Is it Troy?
2, 3, 3.
2, 3, 3. Don't want to get ahead of myself. I bid 233. 4. I saw it, Jared. And
Yes.
2, 4, 4, 5. 235. 235 now. 6. 237. 237 now. At 237, 8. at 2.9, at 2.39, 40, 2.40 now, 1, 2.41, a big 2.41, round of drinks, a big 2.41, 2, at 2.43 against you, at 2.43 now, bids there, 4, 2.44, a big 244,
34.
44, 244 on the right hand side of the room. 244, going to call it 3 times. At 240, the bid is at the back of the room at 244,000,
Yep.
out there, and out there. At 245, right to me. 245, 245, it's Christmas 6. 246, at 246.7. 247 now. At 48, I saw it. At 248, 248, cap's gone. At 9, 249.50. At 250 now. At 251, 251. At 251 now, 252, and a bit 252 selling. At 252, you all done, all silent. At 252,
Yes.
3, quickly, 4, 254 now, 254, 5, 6, 256. At 256, you're done. 256 is at the back of the room. At 256, 7, 8, 258, 9. 259 now, 60, at 260, at 260, look out, at 260 once, at 260 twice, you want one, done, done, all done, give me a shake, you out, in, out. Was that a bit?
Yeah.
Sold just there, congratulate the new buyer.